last and final tributes very quickly.
We shall pick up from where she left off. And like we said in the memorial service, that we are going to continue to fight for women. We are going to continue to confront men even when it makes them uncomfortable. We are going to continue to push boundaries. We are going to continue to speak because that's what she did without fear or favor. And we are going to continue to strive to unite everyone, because also the other thing that we need to emphasize was that she was a unifier, and she would try to resolve disputes among us, should try to show us what is the bigger picture, should always, in fact, I was the convener, but I had Bavelile by my side, always wanting, as an older person, showing me, where we lacked and what we needed to do moving forward. So let her rest in power, and we are going to continue to represent her in everything that we do, and to remember her, and new young women will know that Bavelile Hlongwa lived.
Mika, your last words.
I think it's no longer going to be a bitter pill to swallow that women, when we do wrong, they correct us, because Bavelile was one of the people who trained me in particular, and others that she considered brothers, that if you go wrong, she will be the first person to call and reprimand us on whatever wrongs we would have done. So, like I said before, if I was to be accused by rape, she would be the first person to say, my brother, I agree and I stand by the woman, and explanation later. So we are well trained by her, and we want to say to our fellow women in South Africa that they must not stop exposing men who commit such horrible acts in South Africa. She did it to her fellow brothers, and they can do the same to their fellow uncles, fathers and stepfathers and all of that. We really will support women in commemoration of Bavelile Hlongwa.
To you both, thank you so much for joining us. They're the leaders of the ANC Youth League, just sharing with us their life that they've shared. They worked very closely with the former and late Deputy Minister Bavelile Hlongwa, and just throughout, as we watched the cortege leave the ICC here in Durban, where her final service was held, and now the family, together with the president and other close relatives, will now be making their way to the Chesterville Heroes Acre Cemetery, to her final resting place.
And the team, thank you very much indeed for your reporting. We bring you live coverage of the funeral service of the late Deputy Minister Bavelile Hlongwa, BV, as she was affectionately known, and she has been afforded a official funeral category 2. Now, if you're interested in terms of what this entails, let me just try to break it down for you and maybe give you a comparison with the difference between a category 1 funeral, official category 1 funeral, and official category 2 funeral. The official funeral category 1 is for the serving ministers, Speaker of the National Assembly, the Chief Justice of the Republic of South Africa, Chairperson of the NCOP, which is the National Council of Provinces, as well as Premiers of Provinces. Official funeral category 2, which was afforded to BV, is for spouses of a serving president, the spouse of a serving deputy president, deputy ministers, deputy speaker of the National Assembly, as well as permanent deputy chairperson of the NCOP. And for this category 2, you saw the police service very much involved, so it is has a prescribed police ceremonial honors. So we've heard a lot of tributes for Bavelile Hlongwa from various speakers, and the president delivered the eulogy, and he was conveying government's heartfelt condolences to the mourners and saying that our nation is mourning because she has lost a humble child. And he was saying that, describing her as a revolutionary as well as a visionary. Remember, she passed away where she was trying to help victims of another accident scene, and this is where she died. And the president was saying that she was a very capable and dependable person. Now, she will be laid to rest at the Heroes Acre in Chesterville in KwaZulu-Natal, and we know of other heroes, so to speak, who have been laid to rest there. It was the Bafana goalkeeper, Senzo Miyiwa, as well as the prominent journalist as well as writer Nat Nakasa. So she will be in the company of other struggle, liberation heroes and heroines. I want to take you there now to Chesterville, the Heroes Acre. It's where we find my colleague Simpiwe Makanya, who's at the gravesite. Simpiwe,